So today we are not only going to learn the concept, but what we are going to do is we are about to awaken a force, I would say, that is being lying inside all of you. Every human being has that force lying inside, but what just we need to do is we need to consciously awaken that. Just imagine that life is, like I would say, life can be considered like a treasure. So all you need is the right key to unlock that treasure. If you get the right key, then everything that you want to unlock in your life, you can very well and easily do that. But here I'll be telling you the real insights or the real logic behind wealth, opportunities, joy, positivity, as natural as day and night is there. We all know sun rises at a fixed time, sun sets at also a fixed time. So therefore you just don't need to wait for anybody's permission. You can take charge of your life. This is what going to be the session for today, in which you will discover the secrets of wealth, opportunities and positivity in your life, and that too in a very scientific way, and that too in a very technical way, right? Every dream that you see, or let's suppose I simply say you that you should always know something important, that you wake up to your potential. Now just by opening your eyes, you are blessed to be smart enough, to be humble enough, or to be potential enough, worthy enough of bringing that dream into reality. This is the first thing that right from tomorrow you should start doing. As you get up in the morning, consider yourself as a very humble, very blessed person, or you whatever adjective you want to give it to yourself, that you got a new day. Now here the trick is that your dreams are not out there, they are already within you. Now let us consider a small example. Let's suppose that the morning you get up and you simply even think in your mind that I want a nice cup of cappuccino. Assume any coffee or anything that you want. As the day progresses, maybe you yourself go and prepare that, maybe somebody else prepares that for you. And whenever you think about to have a coffee, what you do is either you prepare it or somebody else prepares for you, or all of a sudden you go out with a plan to have a cup of coffee outside at your favorite coffee shop or whatever. This is like planting the seed, I would say, right? Planting the seed into a fertile soil. You nurture that and it grows into a big tree every day, right? So therefore this is the first thing that I want all of you to do right from tomorrow morning. No special equipment, no special time, nothing required. As the alarm rings, you either snooze the alarm or you get up, that's your personal choice. Even after you get up after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, the first thing that you should do is just feel blessed at the beginning of day. You will notice that how your day turns out eventually into something more blissful. First thing that you need to do is, because this is the beginning of the manifestation or beginning of bringing every dream, every aim, every goal into reality into your lives, right? Even if I talk about majority of people, I would say even 80 to 90% of the people, they spend their lives running after something. Now the life of your dreams or whatever you want in your life, this is not something which is outside. Now the question is simple, that are you ready to claim it? As a person you will say, yes, I am ready to claim. I want money, I want this car, I want that, I want this. Now this is something like aligning with a central energy or aligning with the focus. Now simple, when it becomes focus in alignment with you, or you in alignment with your focus, leads to the manifestation of things in your life. There's nothing magical in this. Now I will be telling you the story of a woman who had nothing. A woman who had nothing, who grew up in a tiny apartment with no money, no connections. One thing she did was she refused to accept her circumstances. Every night she just whispered in her dreams to herself, or consciously or subconsciously, she believed in her own worth, right? And she took consistent small actions towards what she wanted to be. Now, Just imagine from only this part of this simple story, how many of us would, give up if you were in her shoes? Assume you were in her shoes, you had no resource, no money, no nothing you had. But how many of you would have given up? Almost everybody. Almost everybody, that's the reality. But yet she persisted, and even everyone doubted her. This was the seed she planted in that fertile soil. That what is the fertile soil? That is her mind. The seed that was or to trust herself, not to doubt herself. She started speaking about her dreams. She started shouting out about her dreams, right? Now, every tiny fearless action that she took, or every tiny fearless word that she spoke, it created a momentum. Let's take the example, let's suppose there is a river and you throw stone in the river. What happens? Concentric circles from inward to outward, they go out, right? When you drop a pebble or a stone, let's suppose in the river or a pond, the ripples reach to the farthest side, as far as they can go. So therefore the small choices, they compound into life, sometimes life changing results, whether it was speaking confidently, learning from the failures, anything. She started speaking her dreams out loud, believing in her abundance, taking tiny fearless actions every single day. And to your surprise, any guesses who is she? So, who is that woman? She is Oprah Winfrey. Very, very popular woman. She is the, I would say, queen of media, philanthropy, or if I talk about inspiration, she became a billionaire because she first activated abundance in herself. This is what our session for today is. She did not wait for a teacher, a situation to get right, or to have some money so that she can do something in her life. Rather, she preferred creating her own destiny by changing her inner world. So your abundance story, that is something, I would say, waiting to be written. The only thing is you just need to have a different perception towards the things that you are having till now. Can you imagine yourself walking into the room where full of opportunities, the room is full of opportunities, your ideas are being heard by the people, and all of a sudden money, which is, the greatest thing that people chase nowadays, money flows to you automatically. If daily, now this is what we call as the affirmations. And what I am asking you to do is affirmations plus visualization. Right? This is affirmations plus visualization. Very, very simple thing. Whatever you dream about, start to live that. So your life can change right from point number A, which you assume that, once I reach point B, then I will have this. So you can directly start living your point number B, and automatically point number A, that is going to basically change. Now, before you have the abundance mindset, you should know the difference between two types of mindset. It's what? Scarcity or abundance. Now, either you have the scarcity mindset or you have the abundance mindset, right? Now, firstly, before proceeding to the tool and practicing exercise, let us understand what is the difference between scarcity mindset and the abundance mindset. Now, scarcity is a lie, I would say, that your brain basically tells you, I don't have enough, life is very difficult, likewise. So, scarcity is a lie your mind tells you, I don't have enough, I don't have this, I don't have that. Opportunities are limited, life is, very difficult, my job is very difficult, I am, born with these circumstances, whatever. This is called the scarcity mindset. Now, on the flip side, what is abundance mindset? Scarcity, I always say in all of my sessions, scarcity is a lie, abundance is the truth, right? So abundance is the truth that there is more than enough. There is more than enough. Opportunities flow to me, life is meant to be joyful and prosperous. Now, there is always more than enough in every situation. Maybe we are able to see that, or maybe we are not able to see that. Life is always meant to be joyful, life is always meant to be prosperous. Now, grabbing and welcoming the opportunities, showing kindness towards others adds to your influence automatically. In one of the last sessions, we worked on that, how your words can create influence. So this is something that whenever you are joyful, whenever you are kind hearted, whenever, let's suppose, you show empathy towards others, they automatically add to your influence. So life always rewards abundance throughout, even after this course, throughout life with you. Whenever, let's suppose, you open any door, this trigger should come in your mind that abundance always opens the doors. It's very common. You will open the doors at your house also, at your workplace also, entering a restaurant, entering a mall. So whenever next time, now this is our exercise number 2. First, I already told you. Second thing is, whenever you next time open any door, bring this mental trigger in your mind: abundance opens the doors. Whenever you shut any door, now out of anger, many of the people, you just push the door that I just want to shut it, or you knowingly, unknowingly shut the door. Bring this mental trigger in your mind: scarcity always shuts the doors. Consciously do this practice for 7 to 10 days, both first one also, second one also. You will feel that after 15 days it will become an automatic process. Why it becomes? I give you one more example. Many of the people who started chanting certain mantras or started taking worshipping God or so, first they consciously do it with the beads and everything. Some people consciously do even without the beads, and after 15-20 days it becomes an automatic process. This is going to happen with you also.
Right now, actually, something triggered me, so I raised my hand. It's regarding empathy. Regarding empathy, this is absolutely honest confession. Though people may consider it as weakness, and I usually don't express it publicly.
Mm-hmm.
But regarding empathy, from my childhood, since I have been facing different kind of experiences, from there I learned to be empathetic and sensitive, not only towards myself, but also towards others as well.
So it is due to your good deeds, or showing humanity towards others, that you are getting a relief that may not be visible to you. The relief that you are getting, or the good deeds which are coming back to you, no matter in terms of what, you may not be able to see them in your current position or your current state of mind. But the truth is that whatever deeds you do, may be good, may be bad, everything is going to come back to me. Okay,
But
so Subhashri, are you a vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
Non-vegetarian. I'm very foodie.
Okay, let's suppose that you have prepared a very good dinner for all of us. All of a sudden I go there and I simply say that we all will have the food that Subhashri has prepared, but Subhashri, you will drink kerosene oil. Will you drink?
No.
Will you accept it?
No.
No? So will you even think like this, that I have said you to drink kerosene oil and you refuse to do that, so I will be considering that it is the weakness of Subhashri?
No. I will not think in that.
This is the answer. This is the answer to your question, right?
But
So
the majority are like that. I am the odd one out.
okay.
I
So-
don't express, but since you are talking, I thought of revealing, but I don't express all this.
No, that's right. But I am just answering your question of being empathetic being considered as, a weakness. So the answer lies in the practicality only. The thing that you give the importance, that, oh my God, he is thinking me weak or she is thinking me weak, that is only thing which is being triggered. If let's suppose you, let's flip the roles. You say that, okay, ma'am, you drink kerosene oil. I'll say, no, I will not drink. And you will say, ma'am, you are so weak. Can't you drink kerosene oil? It will have no effect on me. Even if somebody considers me that, you are very arrogant. So I'll say, okay, I am sounding arrogant to the other person because it is his or her internal state of arrogance which is being depicted, through me. People say the beauty lies in the eyes of the admirer, so as the negative emotions, so as the negative triggers. Okay, take it this way. Yes, Jaya.
Yeah, by listening to Subhashri, I feel that she is much sensitive and empathetic person by nature, but sometimes with our own kids, we have to be tough
Right.
to correct their behavior.
Now, whenever we talk about abundance, abundance means I have sufficient, I have more than enough, the feeling of contentment. So, abundance comes to you when you stop negotiating with your worth, with what I hold my value of. When you stop negotiating that, let's suppose, when you stop asking, will I be able to do that? Will I succeed in doing this? Instead, you start asking one different question, that where do I belong at the highest level today? At the highest level of satisfaction, at the highest level of peace, where do I exist today, right? I give you one more example. Who is J.K. Rowling?
Ma'am, she is actually the author of Harry Potter.
Right. So J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter, right? Okay. People are messaging in the chat box also. Harry Potter, Sheetal. Okay, yeah, right. So J.K. Rowling, she wrote Harry Potter, which was rejected multiple times. Which was, whatever examples are coming in my mind, I'm giving you. J.K. Rowling, she wrote Harry Potter, which was rejected multiple times. So it was the point when she knew her worth. The worth knowing factor was stronger than worth proving factor. I am again repeating, NLP and the tools and the mindset, everything, it is not going to be a magic wand. It is not going to change the or flip the situations, in just one go. This makes you a different person, that takes you towards manifestation, takes you towards abundance, right? So now we are off to our tool for today's session, which is going to be very important. Before that, keep two things always written in your diaries, wherever you are making notes. Scarcity says, I must prove my value to receive it. I must prove my value to receive it. Abundance says, I express my value and the outer world is going to respond. That's it. This is the simple thing that you need to always keep in your mind. Whenever you say कि मुझे ये चीज़ पाने के लिए आई नीड टू प्रूव माई वैल्यू, मुझे प्रूव करना पड़ेगा खुद को, आई मस्ट प्रूव माई सेल्फ, immediately, automatically pinpoint your mind that this is a scarcity identity. I don't want to do this. Whenever you are given a task to do, whenever you set up a goal in your life, whenever you any target is fixed by you, simply say, I just need to express my value and the outer world is going to respond accordingly. Let us go to our NLP tool for today, which is called the hidden contract. This is very effective tool, and this tool not only brings 100% results but 1000% results. Know this thing. Now, the invisible rules that are controlling you, every human being has a hidden contract. What is a contract? Mutual agreement between two people, right? Now, what kind of hidden contracts you hold, like unspoken rules that you have set for yourself that shape your life? For example, I can earn money, but not more than my family. My father used to earn this much, so I will be earning to that only because he was more educated than me, he was more, intelligent than me, whatever. Success is allowed, but not peace. Success is allowed, but not peace. Visibility is always dangerous. People make fun of you. People make fun of the people who are, popular, or they make memes of those people. This is again, increasing every day. Now, these all things, you can think it like a kind of invisible ceiling on your head. There is a ceiling on your head, but that is basically invisible. So today we are going to identify and rewrite these contracts that we hold with ourselves. Who is having these contracts? Me to myself. The greatest, I would say, advantage also and disadvantages, these contracts are done by me to myself. And what is the advantage? I can change them, I can modify them at any point of time. Now, coming to your participant exercise, Now what you need to do, just write the answers of these 3 questions. I am not going to ask you the answers, but that does not mean you don't write. Honestly, write the answers of these questions. Take a moment and answer. What do I secretly believe I must suffer or sacrifice to deserve success? First question, what do I secretly believe? Individually, you just need to write the answers. I will not be, asking you to speak in front of anybody, right? Confidentiality will be maintained in the session. Okay, so second question, where do I still feel I need approval before expending? Where do I still seek for approval? You can simply say, what level of life feels too much for me? What level of life feels too much for me? No need to apply any filter on your writing that I should write it or not. Honest answers. Write your honest answers individually. Okay, so keep these answers in front of you. Right, now let's proceed to our step number 2. Step number 2 is pattern recognition. Now you need not to judge yourself what you have written. Simply you just need to look at them. Don't judge yourself. Simply look as a third person who is looking at your answer. Whatever you have written, it falls either in out of these 6 patterns only. First category, suffering or the struggle contract. Suffering or any kind of struggle contract. Second, approval or authority contract. Third one is loyalty or flip side guilt contract. Next is visibility or judgment, money ceiling contract, or identity or self-worth contract. Whatever answers you have written, they are going to match out of these 6 options only. Right? Now you can match, later on also after the session. Now the important thing comes. Recognizing all these things is the first step towards freedom. If let's suppose you want to make a list of these category contract, like these are the contracts categories, I would say. So you can even note down whenever you try to, answer such kind of questions that I have made you to answer. After answering to yourself, once you look at options 1 to 6, you will be able to relate that my answer relates to this option. And this is the first step towards freedom. Once you see the pattern, the mind starts to shift just like a chessboard. Simple, right? If you move all the players strategically, you will win the game of chess. But you cannot jump directly and hit the king and say, I won the chess game. You can't do that. This is the same thing that we are going to do now. Now coming to a very important step number 3, which is the contract recode. This is going to be our step number 3. Now contracts, why I am using this term? Contracts are basically agreements. It is not a truth. Always know, contracts are the agreements. They can be modified or changed at any point of time. These are not the truths. These are the agreements. And every agreement can be renegotiated, and every agreement, these can be changed also. Now you think this like upgrading a software. Your brain has the code, but you can always rewrite or you can always upgrade. Your phone uses a particular software. Time and time again you need to update your phone. Otherwise your phone will stop working, right? So therefore this is simple blueprint that you are going to now execute, which is called the new operating agreement, right? Now let us go to our next step.